I'm Charlie Bigham and I set up this business over 20 years ago, and I set up the business to make delicious food. There's one thing we're looking for. We're looking for people who we can partner with over the long term. That's the most important thing for us, is that we can find people we like working with, understand what we're trying to do, and who can work successfully with us over the long term. We're not really interested in working with someone just for a few weeks or months or for a single project. So we have now been working with Penmann for around 5 years, and this is the third. So we've now just completed our third project with Penmann here, but one of our sites in London we'd never cooked in before, and so when we started cooking there, we got Penmann involved, and that was 5 years ago, and we put in two. Well, the first project we put in one sort of large extraction canopy, and then the second one a few years later we put in another one. When we first, about 15 years ago as a business, started cooking food, the first 5 years of our life as a business, we just did raw prepared food. I thought that it didn't matter too much about extraction. I kind of thought, well, I've got an extraction unit in my kitchen at home, it cost me about £1,000. I just need a slightly bigger one for my kitchen at work. That was a big mistake. We used a supplier who was not very good. They were quite inexpensive. But once we started cooking in earnest, we had all sorts of problems with the room filling with smoke, the heat building up. So I learned quite early on that actually when it comes to extraction and ventilation, generally air handling is something you need to do very carefully, in a very considered way, and you want to have an expert supplier to work with. I think very often the quality of the kit that you end up with is actually, strangely, it's sort of measured by how little you notice it. It's only the kit that gives you trouble that you notice. I'm glad to say that on the two installations that Penmann did for us in London, we've had no issues with the equipment there. It's worked very well. And 6 months in, down here in Somerset, it also seems to be working extremely well. As always, when we work on a project, we have a tight time scale. There's an awful lot of contractors working on site together. I think Penmann have worked very well in terms of working with all the other contractors they have to work around, and we've never had an issue with meeting timescales. I would be very happy to recommend Penmann. They've done 3 good jobs for us, and I hope they will do many more for us in the future.